One of the things we need to be wary of in life is the definitions of words, because a lot of individuals in life are operating on their own established definitions and not the literal definition. So we just have a bunch of human beings fumbling about life, trying to communicate their version of reality based upon their interpretation of words and not going off literal definitions. So you don't always have to go off literal definitions, but establishing what somebody's definition of a word is, especially when they're saying certain name calls, or especially when they're putting out labels, actually understanding if that's a good or a bad thing within their world is probably relatively important. Because if some people say that you're sassy and they find that as a complimentary thing, but you are using it as an insult, then you may have just complimented somebody that you want to insult, or vice versa. Or somebody says that you're frugal and you see frugality as a negative aspect or trait, then an individual may interpret it as a negative thing as well. And that's when individual intention sort of dissipates and melts away, because it doesn't matter if somebody's interpretation is completely negative. And then you may walk away from a conversation feeling perfectly fine, whereas you may, or they may have, inadvertently offended you based upon the definitions of which they are operating. So when somebody says, you are an idiot, you could just respond mirroring an idiot, and then they'll clarify, because, if you're talking to an engineer and you're trying to say engineering things towards them that don't make any sense to an engineer, they'll probably respond in an engineering way, like, you're an idiot. Gravity, that's why. Physics, that'll be their response. You may feel offended, like, how dare you accuse my intelligence? Like, well, this is very basic physics, so that's how it works. Whatever. Either way, try not to get too offended prior to understanding what somebody's definition of a word is, because it's probably going to wear on you so much. You can get offended afterwards, after they explain their definition. You don't have to, but you could. It'd be a more rational thing to do, instead of saying, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a hoarder, you're a fickle man who has little nipples. I don't know what people are going to say, but either way, you can pull through and win. So, thanks for tuning in. Try not to get offended, and always seek some variation of the truth. Toodles.